given that obviously you've spent a number of years building 8 Sleep, and that sleep is very important to you, I thought an interesting place to start would just be to ask about your sleep routine. Can you kind of talk about, do you, I guess some of the questions that spring to mind is like, do you use, blue light blocking glasses? What's the light like in your bedroom? Just talk a little bit about the setup in general.
Yeah, I actually have my blue light blocking glasses right here in my desk drawer. So I use them usually in the evenings when I start, around 5, 6 p.m. To just I feel like it definitely helped my eyesight relax a little bit and feel less of a strain. But I'll describe to you, if you're chatting today, it's a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know what day of the week it is, but Friday nights, I love Friday nights because I feel like I can disconnect a little bit better in the evenings. And so generally what it looks like is I would stop working at the computer at around maybe like 7 or 7:30-ish if it's like a normal week and we're not in some
No
product
fires.
launch mode or campaign launch or no fires. And so just making sure that even if I remain connected on my phone, that I'm not at the computer, that I get some movement. If I didn't work out in the morning, like try to get a workout or go out for a walk, something like that. And so I really think that that's when my bedtime routine starts and like in how you unwind and disconnect from your major sources of stress. Then would do dinner. And right after dinner is when I would take my sort of Friday night treat, which is my House of Wise sleep gummy. I talk about it a lot on my Twitter too, because it is my favorite supplement for sleep. I love to pair that with my pod. And yeah, it's just really that. We will do like a tea to warm up, especially for women. Temperature during the different times of our cycle may change. There may be times of the month when you feel colder or you feel very hot. And so sometimes I find like taking a relaxing tea in the evening helps me warm up a little bit, which is important in order to fall asleep. For me personally, I need to be a little bit warmer because I'm generally colder in my extremities. And so finding that balance took me a while. Now it has become part of my routine. By the time I go to bed, I'm pretty relaxed between my sleep gummy, if I haven't fallen asleep on the couch already, and my tea, and my pod is waiting for me at my temperature, which is generally warm. So my pod levels on my side of the bed will start at around like a +3, +4. We have levels based on those numbers. And then it'll cool down a little bit in the middle of the night, and then it'll warm up again in the morning, like around 3, 4 a.m. I generally get pretty cold. So just the fact that my pod is adjusting helps me really stay asleep. And that's really it. Like I don't do anything else. And it's mainly because I have become really rigid with my routine. So I go to bed usually between like 9:30, 10 p.m. Honestly, since we moved to Miami, we go to bed a little bit later and wake up a little bit later. That's just probably the Miami life, but not too late. Like at the latest by 10:30, we'll be in bed and wake up naturally. Usually don't need an alarm because my body's just used to it. So
Yeah.
I get to bed, I fall asleep and stay cozy all night.
Do you, I don't know, you probably have thought about this. Do you keep your phone next to you in bed? Do you keep it outside of the room? Any thoughts on whether your phone should be near you or not?
I keep the phone on my nightstand. And that's sort of part of the way I advocate for sleep and sleep habits is you can't force yourself to just completely change your lifestyle. And if it doesn't work for you, it's okay. The phone is not the enemy. It's the fact that maybe you haven't actually tried how good it feels to get a good night's sleep and get enough sleep.
Sure.
So if you're sort of struggling with sleep, and Matteo talks a lot about this, the first thing you should think about doing is not to change all of your habits at once, but just trying to do a sleep stretch for a period of time,
Hmm.
meaning commit for a week or 5 days to get more sleep than you usually get. And this applies obviously to people who are sleep deprived, they're not sleeping enough. So if you sleep 6 hours, try sleeping 7.5 hours consistently for those 5 nights. Give yourself enough time to unwind and actually reconcile your sleep, and you will feel so much better that you're going to start prioritizing sleep.
Sure.
You're going to
Sure.
realize what you're missing out of. And at that point, there is no phone, there is no Netflix show, there is nothing that's going to get in the way because you understand how good you feel, how much clearer your mind is, how much healthier you are, how much more energized. And so I just know how my body feels when it gets enough sleep. So I will very rarely, I think like 2 nights in a year that I will be like scrolling on my phone in the night late. No, it just doesn't happen because I know how bad I'm going to feel the next day if I didn't get enough hours.